Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I am Chris Chaos here with the 411 for the WWE No Mercy pay-per-view live from Los Angeles, California. Lovely La La Land. Let's just jump right into it. The Miz defending the Intercontinental title against Jason Jordan to start off the show. Look, it was a great match. I really enjoyed this entire match. I love the finish because the Miz, being that heel character, even the Miz is super over. I mean, come on. I don't know if they just, because they're billing him from Los Angeles or from Hollywood and people there, just whatever. I know there's a lot of people that are probably there that aren't from Los Angeles, but whatever. And, you know, the Miz gets the job done, and I don't like the delivery of the post-match interview that Jason Jordan gave. It wasn't delivered like it should have been. But I just can't get behind it. I think the thought and the intent was right, but the delivery was off. Bray and Finn, the pre-match beat down by Bray was excellently done. The match was really good. These two have great chemistry, which of course is always something that I look at, whether or not these two guys have a great chemistry. Because if two guys get in the ring and don't have a great chemistry, it's not going to be a good match, period. So, but, I mean, they have great chemistry, and then you have Finn coming back after being berated and basically called a wuss by Bray on the mic, and so Finn comes back. As he was leaving, he comes back, though, and gets the win. Look, I don't like that they gave him the win just because where do you go with the storyline now? Because the Demons beat him, and then the Man beat him, so what else is left? I mean, there is nothing left. Unless Bray comes back with the Wyatt family, which I think they may be thinking about, but I don't know. I don't see how this works anymore. So they've got to move on to something else. They announced Asuka to debut at TLC, which they're changing from being in December to now it's Raw, and it's going to be in October. I don't love it, but you know what? We'll just deal with it. You know, whatever. The tag titles, Rollins and Ambrose versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Look, these guys, just money. I mean, the chemistry these guys have with each other is just phenomenal. And major props to Cesaro for getting his front teeth knocked out. I'm not exactly sure how it happened. Like, I know it's when he hit the turnbuckle or the post, or I don't know if he hit the post or if he hit the support between the post and the turnbuckle. I don't know what exactly he hit that knocked him out, but they were gone. And I know what's on his plate for tomorrow. Emergency dental work, I guarantee you. And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him on Raw tomorrow night, just because of that. And Sheamus, being his tag team partner, needs to have some kind of retribution. That's all I'll say. But good win, Rollins and Ambrose, and good match, all four guys. The women's title match, Alexa Bliss gets the win. Fantastic finish. I love the match as well, and I loved it for two reasons. One, because the finish was just so good with you know, Nia gets eliminated, and then Emma's crawling back in, but Alexa throws Bayley into her, so they almost head bump, and then Bayley takes a really good DDT. I mean, I'd love to see Alexa put a little bit more stank on the DDT, but that's just personal preference for me. It's still, I mean, it's fine. And her post-match interview was quick, to the point, and that's it. And it was well done. The second thing I really liked about the ending of that match is that Emma wasn't used as the scapegoat because of the rumors. Well, I don't know if that's why I like it, because there was rumors for, 2 weeks that Emma was going to be the scapegoat for this match. And something tells me that, they started talking about, or the dirt sheets did, about Bayley not getting the reaction. Why didn't she get the reaction she needed to in her hometown when she returns on Raw this past week? And it's just weird. I can't explain it. I don't know. But they didn't give the reaction that I guess the office wanted, so this may have something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe this will completely end her from being in the title picture for a little while, and that's probably a good thing. They worked a thing on Raw Talk, if you watched it, where Alexa, I think they're going to build toward Alexa and Mickie James, which is good because I want to see Mickie James tear it up again. John Cena and Roman Reigns, look, I don't want to talk about this for a long time, but I will say, Roman gets the dupe, which was needed, which I thought was the right call, and I liked that they went that way. I don't like that John Cena hit like 5 AAs on Roman Reigns. And I don't like how John hits that AA off the second turnbuckle and takes basically an ass bump or a butt bump, if you will, and doesn't take a flat face bump, is what he should have took off of that move, in my opinion. Now, John's been doing it. He's wrestled a long time. And so, I can't sit here and say, I'm right, John Cena's wrong. But in this instance, I really think that I'm right, and either Cena messed the spot up, or they just didn't plan it accordingly, or whatever. I think Cena should, because he struggles a little bit to put him up, and that's great. And then all of a sudden he hits him, and then he covers him. Like, right quick. And you can't do that in that situation, because you know that he's supposed to kick out. So what you need to do is you need to hit the move, you need to take a face bump, and then you need to sell it for 4, 5, 6 seconds, and then crawl over. You can grab the leg, and then you can grapevine it, whatever. But as long as you give that 5 or 6 seconds in there instead of going right to it, it helps the kick out sell a little bit better than you just hitting it and then going right to it. For me, just because I've been in the situation where I've had to put together matches and stories and try to make it work. For me, my way of doing it works better than what they did. That's just one thing that I had to call out. Plus, Roman nearly spiked his head off when he did that spear through the table. And he's going to feel that tomorrow, if he doesn't already feel it now, because I'm sure the adrenaline has already wore off by now. The Cruiserweight title, Enzo beats Neville, becomes the new champion. I see why they did it. Enzo is a superstar. I mean, he is a legit superstar of bigger magnitude than anybody in the Cruiserweight division, and so they want to use his superstar power to draw eyes to 205 Live and hopefully get more people to watch. I don't know if the ratings have went up for it since, because people don't really talk about the ratings for the WWE Network stuff. That's all WWE. That's not public information, I don't think. So I don't think anybody really knows. But anyway, I see why they did it. I don't love it just because I'm tired. I'm over Enzo personally, but that's just me. And then Brock Lesnar beats Braun Strowman in a war for the big red belt, but it's not really the war that I thought it was going to be. Which leads me to believe that this is going to happen again. And it's going to happen sooner than WrestleMania. I still think they're probably working toward Brock and Roman for WrestleMania, which we've already seen it. I don't want to see another match. I want something different every year at WrestleMania. I don't want to see rematches, personally, but it looks like they're going to go that route, and so I think putting this rematch, Braun versus Brock, at the Royal Rumble does a couple of things. One, it helps it set it up for Mania, and Roman doesn't have to. God, please don't let Roman win the Royal Rumble again, because he doesn't need it after the year he just defeated John Cena in a clean match. He beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. He doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble again. And then it keeps Braun Strowman out of the Royal Rumble, because let's face it, if you put this guy as he is currently built into the Royal Rumble, he's got to eliminate like 20 people for it to make sense. And then, the last 10 have to dump him or something. I don't know. Or maybe the Big Show comes back and dumps him. I don't know how that works. Anyway, that's all I've got. Until tomorrow, I say adieu. And I also say go Gators because we won yesterday. And that's all. That's it. That's all I got for you. I'll see you later. You guys are great. Thank you for watching. Deuces as always. Chaos. Out.